Okay, we're going to do our answers for our practice problems. For each number, name its opposite. So the opposite of -5 is 5. Opposite of 28, -28. Opposite of -10.4 is a positive 10.4. Opposite of 0.875 is -0.875. Opposite of 0 is 0. Opposite of -8003 is a positive 8003. Plot the numbers on the number line. Label each with its numeric value. So we have 0, 1, -1.5 is going to be halfway between -1 and 2. Positive 3/2 is also 1.5. That's going to be in between 1 and 2 on the positive side. Negative 3/2 is the same as -1.5, and -4/3 is going to be -1 1/3, so -1 and 1/3 is about there, and you label that. That's all you need to do for that. Alright, for number 3, plot the following numbers on a number line. So you're going to draw your own here and start with 0 in the middle. And there's not very many numbers, so we can do 1, 2, 3, and -1, -2, -3. And -1.5, they like that, -1.5 is right there. The opposite of -2 is 2, so we'd plot that one there. The opposite of 0.5 would be a -0.5. And the opposite of -2, no, not the opposite, actually -2. Okay, for number 4, represent each of these temperatures in degrees Fahrenheit with a positive or negative number. So 5 degrees above 0 is a positive number. 3 degrees below 0 would be a -3 degrees. 6 degrees above 0 is positive, and -2 3/4 because it's below. And then we're going to order the temperatures from coldest to the warmest. So the farthest to the left would be the coldest, so that would be a -3, then -2 3/4, and then we have our positive numbers 5 and then 6. Alright, so for number 5, solve each equation. So 8x divided by 8 is equal to 2/3 divided by 8, or multiplying by 1/8, which is 2/24. So x is equal to 2/24, or it could be 1/12 if you simplify. B, 1 1/2 is equal to 2x. We got to divide both sides by 2, which is the same as we're going to multiply our 1 1/2 by 1/2. So 3/2 times 1/2 is 3/4. So x is equal to 3/4. Then we have C, 5x divided by 5 is equal to 2/7. So that's the same as multiplying by 1/5. So we get 2/35. X is equal to 2/35. And then D, we have 1/4 x is equal to 5. We need to get x by itself, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 4/1. And if you multiply this side by 4, you get x is equal to 20, because 5 times 4 is 20. And then we have e 1/5 is equal to 2/3 x. Multiply this by its reciprocal and this by its reciprocal, and you get x is equal to 3/25. No, you get x is equal to I'm sorry, I messed that up. 1/5 is equal to 2/3 x. So you're going to multiply both sides by 5/2. I'm sorry, 3/2. And you get 1/5 times 3/2 is equal to 3/10. X equals 3/10. Sorry about that. And then for number 6, you get a is equal to 2x. I'm sorry, problem A. 2x equals 3. Divide by 2. You get x equals 3/2 or 1.5. For B, you get 5y equals 3. Divide both sides by 5. You get y is equal to 3/5. It could also be 0.6. And then C, 0.3z is equal to 0.009. So divide both sides by 0.3. And you get z is equal to 0.03 or 3/100. And in number 7, you get, if you have 15.24 centimeters and 6 inches, how much would you have in a foot? Well, 1 foot is twice that, so you would have 30.48 centimeters. And how many centimeters are in a yard? 36 feet in a yard. So that would be times 3. So it's 91.44.